So this time we're gonna be a little bit more up close and personal. Actually, I think if I'm this close to the camera, I think I can just set it down like that. It kind of works. So I didn't have much to share today, but I did have something on my mind, and it's gonna get a little bit personal fairly fast, but that's fine because if I got something I want to speak about, then it better safe than sorry, right? So I had this friend, and we'll just call him H for right now. And H was a very dear friend to me. I loved H, and we'd work out together. We went to school together, and we were really close friends. You know, hardest part is not the hardest part. Sorry, let me go in chronological order here. So H was an overthinker, just like me. And the problem is that H H was fairly focused in school. He was we were really similar in many qualities, many characteristics. And we would hang out all the time, and we had a lot of good times together. And the problem was that got in the way another girl. It's always one of these ones. And with that, she got in the way of his just day to day. Like he wasn't quite the same after her. And we kept talking, me and H. But slowly he started to drift off into something that I didn't know him to be. And this girl, she meant a lot to H, you know? And me not really familiar, excuse me not being super familiar with how how a woman can impact a man's life, I didn't bat an eye to his and his girl's relationship. I just let them sort of be. And then I started to see H at the gym less, and he stopped focusing on school as much. He stopped pursuing the qualities that made him someone great, you know, someone who continued to move forward with every step, every second life had given them. And with that, there came a period of time that I stopped seeing H as much. Not really around school. stopped seeing him at the gym completely. But I kept seeing his girl. And then I kept seeing her with people besides H. And I was confused. I was wondering, I'm like, well, why aren't I seeing my buddy? What happened to my buddy? And I would reach out to him. But I never got a response back. And in honor of him, I wanted to record this just for outreach for other individuals who may be experiencing something like this. H killed himself. And it was hard, not only for his family to understand why, and for me, but after enough thought and coming to terms with it, I started to understand why. He had loved something, and I'm all for ambition and passion, but truly he had dedicated his heart, and I can only assume his well-being and happiness to this individual, this woman that came into his life. And without me getting into too much detail, I want to make one thing clear. I'm sure that there are many lovely women out there who can positively impact a man's life. But for a vast majority, especially around my age, and I'm 17 as it stands, high school can be a jungle, and I'm sure many older generations can agree with that. He did not deserve to go out like that. And it's upsetting because when you see the impact that others can have on oneself, you wonder, how much should I really trust those around me? How much power should I give them? Impact to allow them in my life? And it's tough. Especially me and H were alike in the sense that other than each other, we hadn't been extroverts. We hadn't gone out of our way to communicate with others and to establish meaningful relationships. And I'm realizing now that trust is a very important thing. And who you give it to is even more important. There are people in this world who will come into your life and you will give them power. You will give them some type of impact over either your emotional self or it will affect you in some way. And I ask you to really consider who you let impact in that way. Because although your life can possibly only benefit from it, the room for detriment is incredible. And I'm realizing quite fast how detrimental it can be. Rest in peace, my friend, and may God bless his soul. And I hope that to all those out there, that they may wisely choose who they surround themselves with, and that they may only positively impact their life. There are individuals who I have let into my life who, for brief moments in time, I may have needed them. But knowing what I know now, it would be hard to convince myself to be friends with such individuals. Please reach out to anyone if you are experiencing any mental suffering or any type of feeling that you feel may overwhelm you, or you don't have anyone to speak to. If you know me personally, always reach out. I'm more than willing to communicate with you and put you on a path or assist you in some way, somehow. It is and will never be worth the pain and suffering that you will pass on to others. Never will be. So I beg of you, please, before you do anything, just reach out to someone. And for those who have been blessed by God to watch this video or to listen to me today, please watch who you let yourself be surrounded by and take care of your mental well-being. This was more of a grim video, and I did not want to record this, but I felt that it was more important to me to spread some type of message than to let my feelings take me away from this. Thank you for your time and your willingness to listen to me today. I apologize for the grim setting or grim mood, but I have lost someone incredibly important to me. And I wish that you all may keep those most important to you by your side. May God bless your soul. Thank you so much, and have a blessed day.